259A Warrigal Road in central Burwood. For those of you who don't know me, Calvin Chan is my name, also the listing agent alongside Chen, who has been working tirelessly throughout the entire campaign. We also have my colleagues here today, Yang, Granny, Demi, here to assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale of this fine piece of real estate standing here. To the neighbours in the crowd, thank you for coming and for making this part of Burwood one of the best places to live in. To the bidders in the crowd, thank you for coming, and I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure. And to that one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available before the commencement of the auction. As auctioneer, I'll be indicating bids upon request and the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids. If and when I decide to place those bids, I'll simply say vendor bid. This auction prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for misconduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and this property is deemed sold, I'll absolutely take no late bids and offers beyond that point. If you're successful here today, all that I require from you is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price, and the settlement time, you pick the time frame that suits you best, but the sellers have been quite flexible here today, anywhere within the vicinity of 30 through to 120 days, unless prior arrangements have been made with you beforehand. In an instance where you're bidding against vendor bids, you have two options: to not bid against the highest vendor bid, which means that you decrease your chances of being successful here today, as we'll get to negotiate with multiple parties afterwards. On the positive flip side, however, is that if you do bid against the highest vendor bid, you earn yourself the exclusive right to negotiate with the sellers, and statistically speaking, you increase your chances of being successful here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this property here, 259A Warrigal Road in central Burwood, on 939 square metres of land, 2 units for sale, ladies and gentlemen, so you can rent it out to 2 different people, 2 different families, get multiple income streams for one property here today that you're purchasing. As I said before, big block of land, 21.5 metre wide frontage. So if you want to rent it out, as I said, redevelop or refurbish, the choice is yours. There's plenty of options in this location. Central Burwood, opposite Camberwell, Glen Iris, Box Hill South. So you're in one of the best locations. Burwood Highway Transport, ladies and gentlemen, you've got trams, buses, and obviously Warrigal Road as well. You've got best schools, PLC, Wattle Park Primary, Hartwell Primary School as well, and you've got train stations within close proximity as well. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time here. I'll kick it over to you. We're here to help you buy. The ball's in your court. Who would like to get this auction started with an opening bid, opening offer for 259A Warrigal Road? I'm in your hands now, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say now? Settlement terms flexible, ladies and gentlemen. Start the offer here today. Any bid or offer now. You tell me what's fair market value. Any bid or offer. Here's your chance to bid and buy, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's always a traditional 1-minute silence before the first bid, but ladies and gentlemen, you can see the crowd here today. There's plenty of buyers here. The property will be sold here today. I'm in your 1 million. Welcome to the bidding here, sir, at $1 million. And I wish you all the best in the auction procedure here today at $1 million now on my right hand side. At $1 million now on my right hand side now, ladies and gentlemen. With reasonable start here at $1 million now, looking for increments. $50,000 on the rise now, ladies and gentlemen. Or 100 if you want. At $1 million now on my right hand side. At $1 million now on my right hand side now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? Love to see your participation here now, ladies and gentlemen, $1 million here on my right. No further bidding from the crowd here. Gentleman is in the box seat here at $1 million now on my right hand side. At $1 million now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go now. First call now, $1 million. Second opportunity now at $1 million. For the third and final call now at $1 million. Sorry. Sir, what do you say now? Can I see a bid here from the right hand side? You've done your due diligence. What do you say, sir? At $1 million now, gentlemen's offer here. $1 million. Can't purchase prime real estate like this with your hands in your pocket, sir. The longer you think about it, the higher the price will go up. At $1 million here, front and center, standing next to Yang. Gentleman is loving it here now. At $1 million front and centre. Here we go now, folks. At $1 million here.
Do we take 25?
Let's go up in 50, sir. Minimum 50s now at $1 million here.
50, yeah.
50, thank you, sir. $1,050,000 on my right hand side. Back against you, yay. What do you say now? $1,050,000 now. At $1,050,000 now on my right hand side. Two of you in the horse race. At $1,050,000. 1.1, thank you, sir, yang. At $1.1 million. At $1,100,000 now on my left hand side. Back against you, Demi. What do you say now? At $1.1 million here. At $1,100,000 now back against you, sir. Can I see 115? At 1.1 now, staying next to Yang. At $1,100,000 now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? 259 and 259A. You're buying two. We're going up in increments of 50, ma'am. Minimum 50s at the moment. At $1.1 million now. As I said before, you're buying two properties for the price of one here today. At $1,100,000 now on the left-hand side. At $1.1 million now, ma'am, love to see you in. $50,000 to get you in front in the box seat here today. At 50, thank you, ma'am. Welcome to the bidding here now at 1.15. At $1,150,000 now, three of you in it here now at 1.15. At $1,150,000 now on my left. At 1,150. At 1,150 now. At 1,150, Daniel, what do you say?
Another 50, yeah.
Another 50 now, 1.2, bang. At $1,200,000 now on my right hand side and back against you, ma'am, at 1.2. At $1,200,000 now back against you, sir, at $1.2 million. At $1,200,000 now, 250 gets you back in front at $1.2 million. At $1,200,000. 1.25, thank you, sir. At 1.25. At $1,250,000 now, holding the bid here, front and centre. At 1.25 now, Jim, what do you say in the back? Demi as well. At 1.25. At $1,250,000 now. At $1,250,000 now, holding the bid, holding the keys to 259 and 259A Warrigal Road in central Burwood at $1,250,000 now. At $1,250,000, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say? Can I see a $1.3 million to get you back in front at $1,250,000? At $1 million.
Do you take 25?
I'll take the 25 now and extend the same courtesy to anyone in the crowd. At $1,275,000 now, thank you, sir, and back in front. At $1,275,000 now, gentlemen's off to here on my right. At 1.275. At $1,275,000 now, sir, what do you say? Can I see a 1.3 to get you back in front? At 1.3, bang. At $1,300,000, we got there in the end. At $1,300,000 now, standing next to Yang Demi, what do you say now? At $1,300,000. At $1,300,000 now, anything on the left? Granny, at $1.3 million. At $1,300,000 here, holding the bid. Holding the keys to 259A Warrigal Road in central Burwood at $1,300,000. At $1,300,000 now, can I see a 325 to get you back in front at $1.3 million now. At $1,300,000 now, ladies and gentlemen, at $1.3 million. At $1,300,000. Can you see 25 now? I'll take the 10 now, extend the same courtesy to anyone in the crowd here at $1,310,000. At $1,310,000 now, back in front, man, at 1.31.
1.32.
1.32, welcome to the bidding here. New interest only means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're still in the great value buying zone. Sorry.
Another 10.
Another 10, 133. At $1,330,000 now at 1.33. At $1,330,000 here. We're on the market and selling now. You heard it from Jim first. At $1,330,000. We're playing for keeps here. No better bidding here today. We will be selling at $1,330,000 here on my right hand side. At $1,330,000 now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part where it hurts, but it's where the part that counts, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,330,000. We're playing for keeps now, selling for no better bidding here. A sold sticker will be slapped onto the board here today. At $1.35, thank you, ma'am, with a $20,000 increment, good bidding here. At $1,350,000 now, standing next to Jim. At 1.35 now. At $1,350,000 now. Copy of you in it here today at 1,350, 136, at 136, at $1,360,000. 1.36, 1, 2, 3, 4. For my calculations, there's 4 of you bidding here today at $1,360,000 now at 1.36. At $1,360,000 now, ladies and gentlemen, on my right.
1.37.
1.37 over the top here. Demi, what do you say? 1.37 now. At 1.38. 1.38. Jim, what do you say now? On 1.38. For those of you who just joined us on Auction Reporters on our Facebook page, we started the bidding here today at $1 million, and we're at $1,380,000 now. Standing next to Demi at 1.38 now. 4 bidders competing here today at $1,380,000 now. At 90, thank you, Jim, at 1,390. At $1,390,000, sir, what do you say? At 1,390. Everyone's stretching the limits here now. $10,000 increments have come out. What do you say, sir? 1.4 could be that knockout offer here that we're looking for at $1,390,000 now. At $1,390,000 here on the left.
1.4.
1.4, thank you, sir, at $1,400,000. At $1,400,000 now on my right-hand side, Jim, what do you say? At 1.4 now on my right. At $1,400,000 now. Man's on the phone now seeking instructions, which indicates to me a bid could be forthcoming at $1.4 million now. At $1,400,000 now on my left-hand side. Any bids in the crowd now? Going to have to sell away now at $1,400,000 now. Gentlemen's offer here on the right-hand side. No further bids from the crowd here. We will be selling here to the family in front at $1,400,000 now. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss out on this prime opportunity on Warrigal Road in central Burwood at $1,400,000. 1.41, thank you, and back in front at $1,410,000. At $1,410 now on the left-hand side. At $1,410,000 now. At $1,410,000. Let's try another 5, sir. What do you say? At $1,410,000. You saw how long it took for them to get the bid out. Everyone is stretching limits here now. I think the next bid could do it, sir. At $1,410,000 now. What do you say?
10.
10, thank you, sir. 1,420. At $1,420,000 now. Back against you, Jim. What do you say? The 10s don't seem to be working. I would try a higher increment if I was you. At $1,420,000. Show your competition you mean business here today. At $1,420,000 now. At 1,420. Let's try 50, ma'am. At $1,420,000. At $1,420,000 now.
30.
30, thank you. Back in front at $1,430 now. At $1,430,000. I think it's just between the two of you now. At $1,430. At $1,430,000 now. At $1,430. At $1,430 on my left-hand side. Bidder standing next to Jim, holding the bid here at $1,430. At $1,430,000 now, sir. What do you say? 50 to get you back in front. I'll try a $20,000 increment. Put a little bit of distance against your competition here today. At $1,430,000 in this elevated position, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of sunlight, as you can see. If you do build a double-story home, at $1,430,000 here. Or if your choice is yours, you can build multiple townhouses or units. There's already 2 here for show at $1,430,000 now. At $1,430 now.
1,450.
1,450 knockout offer here at $1,450,000 now. Gentlemen means business here at $1,450. At $1,450,000 now, ma'am, what do you say? At $1,450 on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,450 now. At $1,450. At $1,450, staying next to the beautiful Demi here at $1,450 on my right hand side. At $1,450,000 now, Jim, what do you say? At $1,450. At $1,450,000, ma'am, what do you say? You are with me at around $1 million. That's 60, thank you, sir, at $1,460. At $1,460,000 now, Demi, what do you say? At $1,460 now. At $1,460 now on the left-hand side, at $1,460. At $1,460, sir, can I see another increment? At $1,460. At $1,460,000 now. Yang, you're still standing next to the bidders here. Can I see another bid? Haven't heard anything from you in a while now. At $1,460 now. At $1,460,000 now. At $1,460. Ladies and gentlemen, in or you out now? Gotta let me know now. Well, $1,460,000 now. need to know now, ladies and gentlemen, 1,460, giving you ample time opportunity to think about it at $1,460,000 now. We don't have much time now, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,460,000. First score now at 1,460.
And at 10.
And at 10, thank you, sir, at 1,470 now. At $1,470,000 and back in front, man, what do you say? If I was you, I'll try 1.5. I think that could be the knockout offer. At $1,470,000 now, if you go to 10, you're going to go to 10 again. At $1,470,000 now, on the right hand side, man, what do you say? At $1,470,000, or you can go 1.48, lucky number 8, sounds like a good number as well. But I think 1.5 sounds better. At 1,480 now on the left hand side and back against you, sir. At $1,480,000 now, let's try 1.5, sir. Another $20,000 increment to get you back in front. At $1,480,000 now. At 1,480 now on the right hand side, Jim. At 1,480 now on the left, sorry, confirming the bid here at 1,480. Under bidders here on the right hand side now. Need to know now, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. 2 units in central Burwood, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,480,000 now. No better bidding here, we will be selling away, knocking the property down to the highest bidder. At $1,480,000 now, at 1,480. First score now at 1,480. Second opportunity now at $1,480,000.
10.
At 10, thank you, sir, at 1,490 now. At $1,490,000 now on the right hand side. At 1,490 now. Matt, I told you 1.5 would have been a better off bid before. At 1.49 now. At $1,490,000 now on the right hand side. At 1.49. 1.5, thank you, Jim. At $1.5 million now. At $1,500,000 here on my left hand side. Demi, what do you say? At 1.5 million. At $1,500,000 here on my left hand side. At 1.5 now, with a knockout offer of $1.5 million, rounding things off now. At $1,500,000 now, 10 to get you back in front, sir. At $1,510,000 now, escalating proceedings here with a $10,000 increment, and $10,000 is all that separates you between you and the highest bidder here today. At $1,500,000, don't miss out on prime real estate in Burwood for $10,000. At $1,500,000. With inflation going through the roof, ladies and gentlemen, what's $10,000 going to buy you anyway? At $1,500,000 now on the left-hand side, at $1.5 million. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen, in 10 years' time, what would the future value of 259A Warrigal Road be? At $1,500,000 now. Who would have thought 10 years ago that the price here would hit $1.5 million? Who knows, in another 10 years' time, maybe it'll hit 2, maybe it'll hit 3. But in absence of your bidding, so you're going to be back onto the marketplace competing with more buyers. As you can see, there's plenty of buyers in the marketplace here today at $1,500,000 now. At $1.5 million now. At another 10, thank you, sir. At 1.510 now. At $1,510,000 here on the right hand side. At 1.510. Man, what do you say now? Need to know now. At 1.510. At $1,510,000 now on the right hand side. At 1.51. Don't park your money in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in prime real estate like this with good rental income. At $1,510,000, you pay off your mortgage in no time. At $1,510,000 now on the right hand side. At 1.510 now.
15.
15. 5,000.
515.
1515. At $1,515,000 now, so you saw they're definitely stretching the limits. They've decreased the increments by $5,000 now at $1,515,000. I think the next bid could do it here, sir. I know I've said that plenty of times, but I think they've decreased the increment, which only means one thing. They're stretching the limits here at $1,515,000. Hate you to miss out since you've been with me since the beginning. At $1,515,000 now on the left-hand side at 1,515. I think 1,520 might do it. At $1,515,000 here on the left-hand side at 1,515. $5,000. It's all that separates you between you and the highest bidder here today. Don't miss out on the opportunity for $5,000 at 1,515. You'll get that back in rent in no time. At $1,515,000 now. At $1,515,000. 1515. At 1515 now, need to know now, ladies and gentlemen. First call now, $1,515,000. Second opportunity now at $1,515,000. For the third and final call now at $1,515,000.
5 more.
Another 5 more, thank you, sir. At $1,520,000 now. I hope you get it. At 1,520 now. Back against the unbidders here. At $1,520,000 now. Back against you, ma'am. What do you say? At $1,520,000 now. On the right hand side, what do you say? You saw how long it took for them to get the bid out. At $1,520,000. They're going to the corner, seeking instructions at 1,520. Ma'am shaking the head, which indicates to me that she doesn't want to bid anymore. Are you sure, ma'am? You want to miss out on this opportunity for $5,000 now? At $1,520,000 here on the right-hand side. They're stretching the limits as well. It's either you or them now. At 1,520. At 1,520. You ready to miss out here today at 1,520? You'll be kicking yourself for the next 5 years. Why you didn't buy 259A Warrigal Road in central Burwood? How often does a property like this come up onto the marketplace with 2 units just opposite Camberwell, with city views, ladies and gentlemen, in an elevated position at $1,520,000 here on the right hand side now? Need to know, ma'am, at 1,520 now. What do you say? In and out now at $1,520,000. First call now at 1,520. Second opportunity now at $1,520,000. For the third and final call now at 1,520 now. No late bids, no late offers. Once the property has been knocked out, it will be being sold. You'll be back onto the marketplace, competing with more buyers. We're at 1,520 now.
22.
$2,000 increment now at 1,522. Could be a last bid here. $2,000 increment here on the left hand side. At 1,522 now. At 1,522. I think 25 might do it, sir. At 1,522. At $1,522,000 here on the left hand side. At 1,522 now. At $1,522,000 now, sir. What do you say? Let's try 25 to get you back in front at 1,522. At $1,522,000 now. At 1,522, sir. I know you came here today.
Another 3.
Another 3, thank you, sir. 1,525. At $1,525,000 now on the right hand side. At 1,525. Ma'am, I know you came here today with a set budget. You will need to stretch your budget here today. You've got to pay a little bit an extra premium to get into the location you want for prime real estate like this. At $1,525,000, especially when so many people are interested in this property here today. At $1,525,000 now on the right hand side. Back against you, ma'am, at 1,525. At $1,525,000 now. No late bids, no late offers. At 1,525. Jim, need to know now at 1,525. Sir in the front as well at 1,525. Need to know now. Haven't heard anything from you in a while, sir. Love to see you get back in front. We will be selling away now. No further interest from the crowd at $1,525,000. First call now at 1,525. Second call now at $1,525,000. For the third and final call now at $1,525,000. In or you out now? Gonna let me know now. Shaking the head. Sure? Are you sure, sir? Are you sure? This looks like the buy in the back is out. Thank you, Jim. What do you say in the front, gang? At 1,525. At $1,525,000. Do I have your permission to sell? You ready to forego this opportunity? Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. At $1,525,000. Get ready to celebrate, sir. Get ready to miss out on the bidders here. We're at $1,525,000 now on my right hand side. First call now, $1,525. Second call now at $1,525,000. For the third and final call now at $1,525,000. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the listing agents for this property. We're at $1,525,000. This property is selling. This property is selling. This property is. Put your hands together to the new purchasers. This property is Sold. Congratulations. Welcome to the neighbourhood. Commiseration started.